Hello and welcome back to our coverage of the Fistful Dice Netrunner Store Championships taking place in February 2016. This is the first game of the elimination rounds now. On the left we've got Jeremy, on the right Laurie, Poulter. Jeremy coming in as the top seed of the cut here, Laurie as the bottom seed. Jeremy's playing his Iain Stirling deck, Laurie on ETF food coats. So this is the first time we've got Jeremy on camera today actually, and he's playing a really cool Iain Stirling deck, which as the game progresses you'll get to see some more of. So Laurie creates a remote, ices it, ISIS HQ and hedge funds, which leaves him on 10 thanks to the bonus credit from ETF. So Jeremy off camera's apartment. So Jeremy's playing a really connection heavy Iain Stirling supplier deck. To show everything that's on the off-campus apartment throughout this game, Jeremy actually places red virus tokens on them, just to help keep track of everything that's on there. Blue level clearance from Laurie to draw some cards and gain a little bit of money. Install for click 3. So Laurie really making use of his clicks in that turn. Every click just earning money. There's a fault going on to the off-campus. So that's going to draw a card. And then another fall guy onto the off-campus draws another card. So Jeremy's deck is all about efficiency. Installing connections onto off-campus to keep drawing cards as he's installing cards. Supplier is just going to put out all of his connections that cost 2 credits or more. There goes a drug dealer. So drug dealer is going to cost Jeremy a credit at the start of each of his turns, but he will draw a card at the start of each of Laurie's turns. And that's I think it was a Dyson mem chip there gone down onto the supplier as well. Laurie reses an Adonis campaign. Click 1 draw. Click 2 protects R&D. 3 puts a card into that remote. Breaker Bay or Ash presumably, because that's how food coats goes. Jeremy installing the Dyson mem chip. That's going to give him +1 MU and +1 Link. Link not massively important versus a food coach deck, although with stuff like Viper around and even Itchy 1.0s it can certainly come into use. I think there was a compromised employee went down on the supplier, and also same old thing install. Wow, Laurie just really pushing the game forwards, overwrites the Adonis campaign with a card that she then has advanced. Obviously Jeremy has no money and no breaks right now, so Laurie not feeling under any pressure at all, unless Jeremy can pull out a credit inside job. But even then, if that is an Ash, Laurie's not going to be too worried. There's a film critic going on to supplier. R&D innovation on the supplier, and a New Angeles City Hall on the supplier as well. So Laurie just scoring out the accelerated beta test. Okay, so Laurie gets an Itchy, and then 2 cards go into the archives. Laurie just checking the wording on the compromised employee. It does give Jeremy a credit every time Laurie reses a piece of ice, which he is going to do because the ABT does install a card and res it. So Laurie installs, gains a credit and advances. So Laurie just really trying to push these agendas through as quick as he can. Not obviously Iain can be is a deck that doesn't mind being behind, so he gets his 2 credit bonus. And with Jeremy setting up all these resources and connections, obviously there's going to be a lot of setup time. So if Laurie can just power ahead and force these agendas through really quickly, it's just not going to give Jeremy a chance to get into the game. It's a hostage from Jeremy for another drug dealer. So happy to just leak 2 credits per turn just to keep getting cards coming into his hand. So Jeremy is getting cards every time he installs onto an off-campus apartment. He's also gaining 2 cards at the start of each of Laurie's turns. So really just going through his deck. Really, it's almost like having a wild side installed, in fact, but without losing the click. Instead, you're losing 2 credits. As another compromised employee goes down on Lemuria Crowcracker, which is a card I don't think I've seen anybody play outside of draft. Project Vitruvius score there from Laurie. Installs again, doesn't advance because he doesn't have the clicks to, which seems like a thing. So that could be an Adonis or Eve gone down just to get the money tick up. Or if it is another agenda, that's just a hell of a lot of pressure for Jeremy to answer. The background noise in the room just all died down as a lot of people have left. Some people stuck around to watch the elimination games, but obviously a lot of people sort of gone home after a long day of Netrunner. A lot of the background noise just dropped away from the room now. So Underworld Contact goes down onto the supplier. Installs an Underworld Contact properly onto the off-campus apartments, draws a card. And a Source down so Source does make this interesting, especially with 2 full guys to protect it. Can just slow the pace of the game down now, bring Laurie just back to playing at Jeremy's pace a little more. Laurie's ETF's happy to play the all the HB 3-2s, the never advance game, but the Source does just kind of prevent him from doing that. The only way you can play never advance against the Source is if you're going to use Biotic Labour to score out. Jeremy bringing the New Angeles City all into play. That's just going to allow him to avoid tags at instant speed. Jeremy getting credits, calling in favour, a really nice card in these sort of resource connection heavy decks. There's an Overmind comes down, that's kind of 3 counters on it. 4 count. 4 counts actually, it's got the extra MU off the Dyson mem chip. It's a count siphon now. Laurie Res is the Viper. So Jeremy gains 2 credits there from the compromised employees because the ice was res. He's now just allowing the traces to fire. He's so 2 players just doing some maths there on the traces there. Possibly not actually a very good res for Laurie there. Without putting any money into the traces, Jeremy was just able to spend recurring credits to match those. So Laurie drops 5 credits. Jeremy's going to gain 10 and uses New Angeles City Hall to just immediately get rid of those tags. And drops a Garrot for his click 4. So Laurie plays a hedge fund. Didn't res whatever he put down last time, so maybe that's another defensive card rather than one of his econ cards. So it could be a Breaker Bay and Ash in there, even a Caprice, one of those, two of those free cards. Okay, another piece of ice protecting the HQ, and then another card goes down in that remote server. Jeremy brings the second Underworld Contact into play onto the off-campus apartment. We should go draw another card. Okay, so you run that remote. There's a Turing, also reses Breaker Bait and Caprice. Jeremy gains 2 credits in the ice res. Yep, Jeremy's going to click through the Turing, which means we will go to a Caprice side game. Yeah, Laurie pays 2 to Jeremy's 0, so that's just going to bounce him off. So Laurie scores the ABT, he's going to fire it as well. Gets 2 pieces of ice out of that, which is going to give 4 credits to Jeremy. Laurie just deciding where this ice is going to go. Just checking the stats on Garrot there. So the source still isn't in play, but presumably will be coming into play to start this next turn, just to slow down Laurie from being able to get this final score out. This is the really nice thing with Jeremy's deck. At the minute, this looks like a horrible losing position, where he's 6 points down, but in fact, this is kind of the place Jeremy wants to be. He's going to get the constant money coming in from Ian's ID ability. He's got money coming in from Underworld Contacts. Yes, he's losing some money to drug dealers. He can get the source out now just to really slow Laurie down from scoring out that final agenda. If Jeremy can just start piling on the pressure now, it's actually not a bad place to be at all. Yes, Jeremy just gaining start of turn credits. Installs a Peacock. Same old thing, Siphon for clicks 2 and 3. Jeremy just deciding how he's going to break the itchy.
I'll spend a click, break 1, and 1 credit to break the other trash subroutine. Let the trace fire.
So he clicks through 1 trash.
I'm not using the breaker. Oh wait, I did.
Sorry, you clicked the trash.
I'm sorry, I thought I had a different card to play.
Okay, I think.
Yeah, so I gotta break it.
I think Jeremy thought he had E3 feedback implants in play, that he doesn't right now. So yeah, just yeah, breaks the 2 trash subroutines, lets the trace fire, which is just going to do nothing. Yeah, there could be an argument for Laurie just pumping his money into the trace, but he's not going to do it. Instead, he's going to res the Turing. Jeremy gains 2 from his compromised employees. He's got Laurie down to 2 credits now. It might be that he, yeah, lets that end the run. It's kind of done what he wanted to do in just slowing down Laurie's economy. Hasn't got the boost he would have liked himself, but at least it's just brought Laurie down to 2 credits now. Underworld Contact goes on to Supplier. Laurie takes his mandatory draw. Laurie's just mulling over what his move is now. Laurie's best bet is, if he's running Bike Labour, to get the money up. Trying and get a card down for just 1 turn, the Biotic. But Jeremy is in a place he can kind of run at will to get through a lot of what's going on. So leaving stuff out isn't really a way to go. Installs an upgrade on HQ, presumably Chrysium. And take some money. RMD interface comes into play.
You pay for that, yeah? You back for meaning? I've lost track of it.
Laurie joking that he's got no idea what's going on with Jeremy's triggers and just trusting him that whatever he says is right is right. Calling in favours for 11 credits. Running HQ with click 2. No res from Laurie. I see 2 cards off the top. There's a Vitruvius, which he's just going to put on the film critic. That just keeps the source protected. And sees a second card, which I think was a piece of ice. Yeah, 2 clicks to put that agenda into his score area. So Laurie takes his mandatory draw. 2 cards to Jeremy from his drug dealers. So Laurie could really do with some money right now. I wonder what Laurie's game plan really is at this point. It's really odd to see how quick the game's turned, but all of a sudden Laurie really strongly on the back foot. Jeremy able to put decent pressure anywhere. Laurie is going to have to find an answer to what's going on now. So another 3rd Underworld Contacts comes into play off the Supplier. It's just the Lemuria Code Cracker left on it. That's a Logos he's just drawn as well from the off-campus apartment draw. Jeremy just thinking through what he's going to do next. Click 1, he runs archives.
Do you get that one that's already installed? Do you get the contact that's already installed? Sure. So, click 1, run archives.
So face down an Adonis and a hedge fund, showing an Adonis and a Viper. Shuffle up R&D.
I guess it doesn't quite fit. I wasn't the artist.
Click 2. Down comes Aurora.
There it is. Sure.
Few players just joking that it's quite common for a corp to ask to look at Aurora and see what actually the stats are on it, because it's not a card you see a lot of. Jeremy running that remote, which is a Jackson Howard, which Laurie again pops for more econ cards, I believe that was. Jeremy just trying to decide what his third and fourth clicks are going to be. So third is a data dealer install onto the off-campus apartment. And then past 10, that was click 4 actually. Yeah, Jeremy discards a feedback filter, not likely to come into play in this matchup, I don't think. Also discards a Logos, it's going to give him +1 hand size. +1 MU, but I don't think he's desperate for either. He certainly doesn't need the ability to tutor when Laurie scores, because if Laurie does manage to score, that is going to be game.
So I can, like, if I can ever try and challenge your money, or if I can just not.
Laurie joking here that he's really not sure that he can ever challenge Jeremy's money again. Jeremy confidently tells him, no, you can't.
You're up 3 credits a turn, right?
At the moment.
You're 1 corner in favour, isn't it? 2 side,
Jeremy, Laurie just commenting on how many credits Jeremy's got coming in per turn, and that he's got 1 calling in favours left in his deck.
That does seem bad. How do you come back?
probably noticing it.
That's where I was agreeing with you.
No, I can see that. Archives of Superman, whatever it is, Batman.
Okay, archive memories for an Adonis campaign. Shuffles his hand and then installs a card. Now, interestingly, Jeremy does actually kind of have to check that remote. Even though we suspect it's the Adonis, if that was to be an agenda, Laurie could just biotic that out next turn. So Jeremy does have to respect it, regardless of the fact that we do think it's the Adonis. So Jeremy gets his free credits coming at the start of turn.
Oh, I see. Who doesn't have very good right now? Okay.
Laurie joking at that is your final calling in favours.
Pretty sure those are still. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yes, calling in favours for 13 credits. That does put Jeremy up to 31 credits now. Second is a run on HQ.
So that's 4 to break.
Yeah, 4 credits to break. Lets Laurie fire the trace, which he's just going to go through.
Right, man. So you got how many links? 2? You got 2 links. And 2 recurring credits. This is bad. And they're per turn, though.
Okay, breakaway grid.
I'll trash it.
He sees an itchy from hand.
One more. Third collect.
Hello. Okay, so there's the siphon, which he could have actually done last turn, but he just had to respect that he thought that was a Chrysium there from Laurie.
Yeah, everything.
Laurie just decided if he might up the trace on the itchy.
So I've got one more out.
Maybe. Yeah.
Continue. Break.
Yeah, no
Let
boosts.
fire.
Go to the Turing.
So you got to pay 2 credits, right? If you want.
Yeah,
Okay.
you'll pay your life credits.
Minus 5. Okay.
Yep, so Laurie drops 5 credits. Jeremy's going to gain 10, so that is just going to stop Laurie from being able to score out this turn.
And then last click. Whatever.
Okay, Jeremy's just going to run that and check it anyway.
Wait, so. Boost, so. 2.
So yeah, Overmind through the Victor.
And then that's 4.
Breaks the Turing with Peacock.
5 hours. Yeah, that's
So we go to a side game on the Caprice again. Both spent 0. So yeah, Jeremy crashes the Caprice, trash the Breaker, and he's gonna trash the Adonis as well. So Jeremy down to just 8 credits, Laurie on 3.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah, Laurie again just wanted to check Jeremy's heap just to see what the influence spend was like, what's in there.
Aside from me, if I take money, how many is in it too? And how many's everything?
Laurie just trying to work out how many siphons and same old things are in the bin.
Drop. 2 for 2. Get 1 for ETF. Take 1.
Yeah, Laurie passes the turn back. Jeremy gets his 3 clicks from Underworld contacts at the start of the turn there. There's another full guy going down to the off-campus apartment. That's going to draw another card from that really thin deck of Jeremy's now. There comes another same old thing. Chopbot 3000 going down on the supplier. Chopbot allows you to trash an installed card to... Okay, so Laurie just checking what was there.
Really? I don't know. Last click, right?
Jeremy's running R&D with his last clicks. There's a water static.
Actually, okay, check. What was it? Oh, right, yeah, you have got that. Barrier again. Sure. Okay, that's 4. Yep. And that was 2.
So Jeremy in for 2 cards. There's a...
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, the GFI is the second card, so that's going to go on the Film Critic.
Right, wait. Yep, that's true.
And that's Laurie's turn. Oh man, if I'm Laurie right now, I don't have a clue what my play is here. Laurie a far better player than me, so he might well have a real master plan. But I don't know what that would be.
And then last
So Laurie taking 2 credits. It takes 3 credits in the end. We'll have to discard a card. So, I mean, what is Laurie's out at this point? Jeremy can kind of getting anywhere. He's got a decent amount of money clicking in, so you can't even sit back and wait for him to. The 3 credits coming in per turn, he's going to make money. Click 1 and 2 there, he's going to just put the Global Food Initiative into a score area. There's an E3 feedback implants, and that is a card that can really do work against these Bioroids. Because now against multi-sub Bioroids, Jeremy can just click 1 and then pay a credit to break the rest with the E3. So an Itchy, for instance, now costs a click and 2 credits to break. And what that really means is that Jeremy's just got yet another way to pressure outside of needing money. He can just pressure with so much less now. Those criminal breakers he's running are expensive to use. Laurie ices HQ. It takes that back actually.
I mean, yeah, I do because we're running out of time. I'm sorry.
Laurie asks if he minds, if Jeremy would mind him taking back the install, the upgrade. Jeremy actually says he does kind of mind because they're running out of time, which is true. These games are on the clock, and Jeremy is playing a rather slow deck.
It's not active. Same old.
Yeah, same old thing for calling in favours for a load of money again.
Third click. RD.
Gonna run R&D.
3. Yep.
Where are you?
This one. And then 4.
Okay, so that's a Caprice protecting the R&D there.
Next
That's kind of a show of desperation from Laurie and just where the game is right now. Laurie bids 2 to Jeremy 0. It's just going to keep Jeremy out. Although I still, even with that protection R&D, I don't know what Laurie's plan is. I don't know what the out is at this point. It's really hard to see. Without Jeremy making a mistake, I'm not sure that Laurie has a way back into this game. So yeah, he's running R&D. He's put Dr. Lovegood on the source, which means he doesn't have to pay the 3 credits to steal it, and it won't get trashed if he does steal an agenda. Dr. Lovegood really strong in parallel with the source. It only turns cards off during the runner's turn. So it just means that Laurie has to deal with that extra advancement on agendas while Jeremy can just kind of play the normal game. Yeah, Jeremy's in there. Trashes the Caprice. Accesses 2 cards. And that's a advanced concept hopper, which is going to go on to the film critic. Yeah, Jeremy actually, he can just steal it because the source is turned off right now. It does get rid of New Angeles City Hill. I don't think he minds at this point. So this ties the game up on 6-6. And time has just been called, I think.
You saw an extra card?
I saw 2 extra cards. I drew which one.
No, I'm gonna access it.
Okay, so that's time.
I'm trying like a man.
So yeah, Jeremy is the higher seed come in, so actually wins on a draw there. So Jeremy's deck really interesting, very very slow, like a lot of Iain decks, which is a problem actually going into these elimination rounds because there is a short time limit on the games. But Jeremy just managed to make that work in his favour. Coming in as top seed meant that even though they did draw the game, he actually took the win there and knocked Laurie into the losers brackets. So we're going to move on to the second game of the cut very shortly.